All right, it's been a huge year in the toy business and a huge year for Mattel specifically. The company is fresh off its Investor Day held yesterday, and Richard Dickson, the company's president and COO, joins us now. Richard, thanks so much for joining the program. Let's start, kind of going through some of your comments yesterday. Let's just start with what's happening on the Barbie line. You guys talked about how strong it was in 2020, and I'm curious how, if at all, the pandemic and the sales you saw there shaped your thinking about how you wanted this line to look as you move into this year.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us on to talk about our success story, particularly with Barbie. Barbie is the most pronounced example of Mattel's playbook and strategy at work. 2020 was an extraordinary year for the toy industry, for Mattel, and in particular for Barbie. We had one of the highest year-over-year percentage growths over the last 20 years. Barbie became the #1 toy property globally per NPD, which is no easy feat. In fact, the doll super category is an $8 billion category per NPD, and Mattel is a lead global player, and largely driven by the growth in Barbie. We sold one dream house every minute. It was the #1 item in the industry in the US. Extraordinary success digitally. We achieved incredible stats, the #1 toy brand on social, the #1 toy brand channel on YouTube. And most particularly, we're incredibly proud of the diversity and inclusivity and the representation of girls' aspirations in the world we live in for Barbie. It's been a tremendous year.
Richard, is Barbie back to being that aspirational role model that really, I think, drove its claim to fame?
We believe, look, since 1959, the brand's purpose has been to inspire the limitless potential in every girl. And this message has never been more relevant than it is today. We've inspired generations of girls, highlighting over 200 careers. We've sold more than 1 billion Barbie dolls. And we know that Barbie is best when she connects to culture. She's both timeless and timely. We've spent the last several years really overhauling all aspects of the brand. We've looked at a variety of components, and we've driven our need to ground the brand in purpose. We evolved the doll's body into 5 different choices, ethnicities, and skin tones. We began celebrating more role models and communicating the benefits of the brand to parents. And we're going to continue to keep Barbie more relevant than ever as a modern reflection of the world that we live in and kids and families can go to, respect, and rely upon.
Are Barbie sales going to grow this year?
We believe absolutely that we're going to continue the momentum with Barbie. I mean, we've got a great lineup for 2021. We're going to continue to be on the forefront of the doll category with innovation. We've got incredible new product coming, content initiatives that will further deepen the brand engagement and drive really positive social change. We had some great success stories with inspiring collector dolls like Dr. Maya Angelou. We've got a new segment, Fashionistas Extra, with playable packaging that we know kids are going to love. We're expanding our success story with Color Reveal, which has been a blockbuster innovative item. We even have Barbie's family being extended into content and product. Chelsea goes from a supporting character to a starring role in her very own franchise. So the future looks very bright for Barbie, and we're incredibly excited about it.
Richard, moving away from Barbie, you noted in your comments yesterday that the portfolio is over over-levered to some of the categories that saw huge COVID-specific growth. So as you guys think about a world that is hopefully normalizing, hopefully in the fall, kids who are stuck at home, maybe playing with toys more often than they would have been, hopefully they're all back in school. How are you thinking through some of those changes that could be happening this year? Again, given that your mix, as you guys see it, isn't super COVID-specific, but things will change as the pandemic normalizes.
Look, there's no doubt that COVID lockdown drove strong consumer demand for toys, and the toy industry proved incredibly resilient. In fact, it's a strategic category for retailers, and it really highlighted the importance of play for families around the world. It's true that the vast majority of the industry growth came from 3 surge categories. Those were outdoor, construction, and games, where we actually have a small presence. the categories where we're global leaders, dolls, vehicles, infant, toddler, preschool, these categories actually didn't benefit as much from the increased demand due to COVID. Much of our overall performance was really driven by our work and the strength of our own brands and quality of our products. And as we get into what we believe will be a new normal, we'll just build upon that strength.